Behold the latest military news update. This is AFP Community News, hosted by Rofh Suzon every 12 noon, Mondays to Fridays. Only here on DWDD Armed Forces Radio. One AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Philippine Navy backs NSC's rejection of China's claim over a Ayungin Shoal. 1003rd Infantry Brigade seizes NPA's armed cache in Bukidnon. Malacanang orders government agencies to recite Bagong Pilipinas hymn in flag ceremonies. LTFRB starts apprehension of Coloro.
Good day everyone, as well to our troops at Camp Emilio Ginaldo, Quezon City. Today is Monday, June 10, and we will bring you the latest news from the armed forces and other information around the Philippines. I am Rofh Suzon for AFP Community News.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
And for the brief overview of our stories, Philippine Navy spokesperson for the West Philippine Sea, Commodore Roy Vincent Trinidad, has supported the National Security Council's statement calling the Chinese Foreign Ministry's claim absurd. He emphasized that China has no right to demand anything regarding Ayungin Shoal, as it lies within the Philippines' exclusive economic zone. He insisted that the Philippines would not adhere to any conditions set by China concerning Ayungin Shoal, as the Philippines does not recognize China's claim over the area. This statement follows the NSC's declaration affirming that the Philippines would continue resupply missions to BRP Sierra Madre and other outposts in the West Philippine Sea without seeking permission from any other nation.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
The Philippine Navy shadowed two Chinese warships after they were spotted passing through Philippine territory in the Basilan Strait. According to Colonel Circe Trinidad, Chief of the Armed Forces of the Philippines Public Affairs Office, the Naval Forces Western Mindanao promptly deployed the BRP Domingo del Juana to monitor the passage of the two PLA Navy vessels. The Philippine Navy vessel issued a standard challenge to the Chinese warships. One of the ships, the BN-83, responded, stating that they were conducting normal navigation for their last port of call in Dili, Timor-Leste, and were en route to Dalian, China. The AFP also reported that Naval Forces Western Mindanao detected the presence of a Chinese training ship and an amphibious transport dock passing through the Basilan Strait. The AFP assured continued vigilance over all activities within the country's maritime zone, promising to maintain safety and security in Philippine waters.
Armed Forces Radio report.
For other updates, let us hear the details about AFP and uniform agencies shine in Music Kalayaan 2024. Go ahead for the details, Jai.
Rofh, the Armed Forces of the Philippines and various uniformed agencies captivated audiences at Musikalayaan 2024, held at the open-air auditorium in Rizal Park with an exceptional musical theater production. In collaboration with the National Development Committee and the National Historical Commission of the Philippines, the event commemorated freedom and patriotism. This year's Musikalayaan featured a groundbreaking musical theater play titled PMA, Pangarap Mensahe Hadikain, semi-musical na dula at konsyerto ng Bayaning Pilipino, led by the Media and Civil Affairs Group of the Civil Relations Service AFP. The production emphasized the significance of protecting the nation's territorial integrity and sovereignty, with a focus on the military's vital role in safeguarding Philippine interests, especially in the West Philippine Sea. This is Jai reporting for AFP Community News, one AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Thank you so much, Jai.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
The 1003rd Infantry Brigade of the 10th Infantry Aguila Division dealt a significant blow to the Southern Mindanao Regional Committee by seizing a cache of high-powered firearms and war materials in Barangay Lumintao, Quezon, Bukidnon. Acting on intelligence from local residents, the brigade's joint operation led to the discovery of 14 high-powered firearms from the disbanded Weekend Guerrilla Front 57 of SMRC. Brigadier General Marion Angkao, the commander of the 10th 03rd Infantry Brigade, stated that this confiscation significantly hampers the communist terrorist group's operational capabilities.
DWDD Armed Forces
Training
News.
participants from the Philippine Army and United States Army Pacific conducted a battalion after action review of the Joint Pacific Multinational Readiness Center exportable exercise at the Combat Readiness Training Area in Fort Magsaysay. The activity introduced the Philippine Army and USARPAC troops to challenging and realistic training scenarios designed to test their tactical skills and overcome language and procedural barriers. The bilateral exercise also assessed the large-scale combat capabilities in various environments, enhancing readiness and interoperability between the Philippine and U.S. ground forces.
Armed Forces Radio. Report.
On the other line, let's hear from Gio about 10th IEB unearths armed cache in Misamis Occidental.
Yes, Rofh troops of 10th Infantry Battalion unearthed an arms cache in Barangay Sibukal, Oroquieta City, Misamis Occidental. Acting on information from a former rebel, soldiers recovered a CZ-858 rifle, an M16 rifle, an AK-47 rifle, 5 empty AK-47 magazines, and other war material. Major General Gabriel Viray III, commander of Joint Task Force Sampelan 1st Infantry Division, stated the operation followed revelations by alias Alan, a former member of dismantled guerrilla front Sendong. He also disclosed that he and another rebel, Esik, buried the arms cache. Furthermore, Major General Biray credited the success to the collaboration between infantry, intelligence units, local government, and the community. This is Gio reporting for AFP Community News, one AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Thank you so much, Gio.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
Agents of the Criminal Investigation and Detection Group successfully arrested Moro Islamic Liberation Front commander in Barangay Tukal, Marawi City. The said personality was identified as Jovi Sangila, who had a 1.3 million peso reward on his head. Brigadier General Prexy Tangawohan, the director of the Police Regional Office Bangsamoro Autonomous Region, said that he was apprehended without resistance. Currently, Sangila is in custody of the authorities and will be prosecuted for numerous high-profile crimes pending in various courts.
DWDD National News.
For our national news, Malacanang issued a directive mandating all government agencies to recite the Bagong Pilipinas hymn and pledge the conduct of the weekly flag ceremonies. It stated in the Memorandum Circular Number 52 signed by Executive Secretary Lucas Bersumin on June 4, 2024. The move aims to instill the principles of Bagong Pilipinas among government workers. The order covers all national government agencies and instrumentalities, including government-owned or controlled corporations and educational institutions. The Bagong Pilipinas is President Ferdinand Marcos Jr.'s brand of governance and leadership, characterized by principled, accountable, and dependable government, reinforced by unified institutions of society.
Armed Forces Radio. Report.
Bring us the latest insights from the scene. We have our correspondent, Beth. Let us hear the details about Trilateral Air Patrol boost security in Sulu Tawi-Tawi borders.
The Tactical Operation Wing, Western Mindanao Command, led by the Tactical Operation Group, Sulu Tawi-Tawi of the Philippine Air Force, conducted another trilateral air patrol over the border of Sulu and Tawi-Tawi using NC-212I aircraft. This mission is part of the collaborative effort among Indonesia, Malaysia, and the Philippines to enhance peace and security in the area. The top strengthened joint aerial presence, enabling reconnaissance and surveillance of suspicious foreign vessels and unusual maritime activities. This proactive approach significantly contributes to preventing cross-border security trials like terrorism policy and human trafficking. This is Bethanyete reporting for the EFP Community News, one EFP for Stronger Philippines.
Thank you so much, Beth Daniete.
DWDD National News.
For other development story, the Land Transportation Franchising Advisory Board will apprehend unconsolidated public utility jeepneys starting today. It can be recalled that the deadline for consolidation ended last April 30, followed by a 15-day grace period. According to LTFRB, those compliant will be allowed to just submit a letter of intent, proof of cooperative or corporation, and photocopies of the official receipts and certificate of registration. On the other hand, PUV operators or owners who did not consolidate will have their franchises revoked.
DWDD National News.
The Department of Energy is ensuring the country's energy security in preparations for the looming La Nina phenomenon. DOE Assistant Secretary Mario Marasigan shared one of the agency's contingency plans is to reduce major damage to electric power infrastructure, particularly transmission lines. Marasigan said once the La Nina occurs and combines with the rainy season, there would be an excess of water which can impact the power sector. The official added that they are preparing the transmission lines and distribution utilities so they will not be affected.
Armed Forces Radio report.
We have a report coming in about Naval Force West Honors Calayan Island Group security personnel. Go over the details, Mitch.
The Naval Forces West held a simple awarding ceremony on the outgoing KIG security personnel during the flag raising ceremony held at Naval Station Apolinario Halandoon, Puerto Princesa City. The Deputy for Fleet Operations of Naval Forces West, Captain Charles Merrick Villanueva, Philippine Navy, led the awarding of Military Merit Medal to the sailors and Marines who were deployed in the different island stations in the Kalayaan Island Group. Likewise, the Military Commendation Medal to the Naval Forces West mission team for their relentless efforts and devotion to their duties that made significant impact to Naval Forces West's mission accomplishments. Subsequently, 2 enlisted personnel were promoted to the next higher rank after completing and satisfying the requirements for promotion and were donned with their new insignia. And that is the latest update. This is Mitch reporting for AFP Community News. One AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Thank you so much, Mitch.
DWDD National News.
For other development story, President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. urged the government agencies to take part and support the 2024 National Information and Communications Technology Summit of the Department of Information and Communications Technology. The DICT, in cooperation with the private sector, will conduct the 2024 National ICT Summit on June 18 and 19 at the Crown Plaza Manila Galleria Ortigas Center, Quezon City, with the theme Digital Governments Navigating the Future. With the issuance of Memorandum Circular Number 54 signed by Executive Secretary Lucas Bersamin last June 7, the President encouraged all national government agencies, local government units, and other government instrumentalities to support the DICT's initiative. President Marcos also directed the government agencies to allow their respective ICT executives, chief information officers, technical staff, academics, and key personnel to participate in the activity.
DWDD National News.
Quezon City 4th District Representative Martin Rinto appealed to all public hospitals to avail additional funding from the Health Facilities Enhancement Program as the number of individuals living with chronic kidney disease in the country increased. He shared that the HFPP has an allocation of 28.5 billion pesos in the 2024 General Appropriations Law, and Congress is providing fresh funding for the program every year. According to Rillo, the program supports the construction, upgrading, or expansion of public healthcare facilities and the procurement of additional hospital or medical equipment. The lawmaker made the call as the country observes the National Kidney Month this June to raise public awareness of the fatal consequences of renal diseases.
Armed Forces Radio report.
From Solcom, let's hear some updates from Ali about 9 CMO Battalion joins Career Talk and Job Fair 2024 at Bicol College.
The Agapay Battalion participated in Career Talk and Job Fair hosted by Bicol College in collaboration with the Public Employment Service Office held at Daragalbay on June 4, 2024. Under 2nd Lieutenant Divina Gracia Mogotes' leadership, personnel from this unit joined the initiative providing career opportunities and guidance to regional youth, reflecting their commitment to community engagement and support. During the event, the unit distributed informative leaflets detailing the recruitment process for the Philippine Army, offering valuable insight into the pathways available for those aspiring to serve their country. Additionally, an engaging photostatic display was set up, showcasing the different aspects and numerous benefits of military service. This participation of the 9th Civil Military Operations Battalion underscored their commitment to engaging with their community, fostering awareness about career opportunities in the military, and encouraging individuals to consider a rewarding profession in service to the nation. This is Ali reporting for AFP Community News, One AFP for Stronger Philippines.
Thank you so much, Ali from Solcom.
DWDD National News.
The Commission on Elections held an information drive on internet voting and training of the online voting and counting system in Busan, South Korea. During the activity, COMELEC Chair George Garcia reminded the overseas Filipinos to participate in the 2025 midterm elections, noting that they have until September 30 to register. As of this moment, the poll body has already signed up 1.2 million Pinoys abroad. Just recently, the Commission expressed optimism to reach 70 to 80% overseas voter turnout for the 2025 midterm polls with the pilot implementation of OVCS.
DWDD National
Employees in
News.
the private sector who will work on June 12 Independence Day will be given double pay or 200% of their salary for the day according to the Department of Labor and Employment. In the Labor Advisory released last May 29, Labor Secretary Bienvenido Laguesma reminded the employers to adhere to the pay rules for holidays under Proclamation 368, Series of 2023 signed by President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. According to Laguesma, the employer shall pay 200% of the employee's basic wage for that day for the first 8 hours of work during the holiday. Furthermore, workers will be given an additional 30% of the hourly rate if they work more than 8 hours.
Armed Forces Radio Report.
Let us hear some updates from Shah regarding authorities capture wounded NPA member in Kalinga.
Yes, Rofh, joint elements of the 503rd Infantry Brigade, 103rd Infantry Mabalasik Battalion, and Philippine National Police captured a wounded member of the New People's Army at Sitio Saleng, Barangay Balantoy, Balbalan, Kalinga. According to report, Gap Idan Claver Bawit, also known as Akma Simple, from weekend the KLG Bagas, was apprehended after being abandoned by his comrades following encounters with government troops. He faces an existing criminal case of attempted and frustrated murder with a warrant of arrest. Moreover, 503rd Infantry Peace and Justice Brigade, along with the Kalinga Provincial Task Force to end local communist armed conflict, urge remaining rebels to surrender and reintegrate into society. This is Shireen Araneta reporting for AFP Community News, One AFP for Stronger Philippines.
Thank you so much, Shah.
Armed Forces Radio Report.
Now let us hear from our reporter on the ground for more updates about AFP appoints new Eastmancom commander. Go on for the details, Mike.
Yes, Rofh. Armed Forces of the Philippines appointed new commander of the Eastern Mindanao Command in a change of command and ceremony in Davao City. AFP Chief of Staff General Romeo Browno Jr. graced the said activity wherein Major General Luis Rix Bergante succeeded Major General Jose Maria Cuerpo II, who served as acting Eastmancom Chief following Lieutenant General Greg Almirol's retirement last May 31. Previously, the new commander commanded the Training and Doctrine Command of the Philippine Army and held positions as Assistant Division Commander of the 7th Infantry Kaugnay Division and Commander of the 101st Infantry Brigade. Moreover, General Browner expressed confidence that his extensive experience and capable team will enable him to overcome the challenges of his new role with flying colors. This is Mike reporting for AFP Community News, 1 AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Thank you so much, Mike.
DWDD National
Surigao
News.
Sur's 2nd District Representative Johnny Pimentel announced that career diplomat Raymond Balatbat has been nominated by President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. as the new Philippine ambassador to the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia with concurrent jurisdiction over the Republic of Yemen. According to Pimentel, the president nominated Balatbat on June 3 and his papers was submitted to the Congressional Commission on Appointments last June 5. He added that the Balatbat's place of assignment is subject to confirmation. Currently, Balatbat is the country's ambassador to the Lebanon and one-time executive director of the Department of Foreign Affairs Office of Middle East and African Affairs.
DWDD
A
National
whole
News.
effort to carry out the Philippines' National Adaptation Plan is needed to minimize risks related to climate change and its impacts, according to the Climate Change Commission. In regard to this, CCC Assistant Secretary Romel Cuenca reported that the Philippines has submitted its NAP to the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change. According to Cuenca, the NAP integrates climate change adaptation into policies, programs, and activities within all relevant sectors, involving not just the CCC, but all national government agencies and the private sector, science organizations, academe, and local government units. The NAP has the goal of reducing vulnerability to the impacts of climate change by establishing adaptive capacity and resilience and facilitating the integration of climate change adaptation into policies and programs.
Armed Forces Radio Report.
Let us hear from Terrence about Speaker Romualdez distributes 17 solar pumps to Isabela farmers.
Speaker Ferdinand Martin G. Romualdez early this morning distributed 17 solar pumps that would help hundreds of farmers irrigate their farms in Isabela, one of country's major rice and corn producing provinces. The House Speaker made the distribution before he, along with officials of the National Irrigation Administration or NIA, and Isabela local government officials led by Governor Rodito Albano accompanied President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. in the inauguration of a big solar pump project in the same area. The House leader said irrigation is a major component of producing rice, corn, and other agricultural products, not only in Isabela, but in other parts of the country as well. He said, in the case of rice and corn farmers relying on rainwater for irrigation, solar pumps should enable them to plant an extra crop. The solar pumps were part of NIA's project meant to expand the irrigated areas of the country pursuant to President Marcos Jr.'s vision to boost agricultural production, particularly of rice. This is Terence Mordeno Grana reporting for AFP Community News, 1 AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Thank you so much, Terrence.
Armed Forces Radio Report.
On the other line, let us hear from Maljoy about Philippine Army, Australian Army troops sharpen warfighting skills.
Rofh, the 5th Infantry Division troops and their Australian Army counterparts conducted command post signal operations, mortar firing, close quarter battle and tactical combat casualty care drills as part of the ongoing exercise Kasangga on June 6, 2024 at various training areas in Isabela and Kalinga provinces. A company from 86th Infantry Battalion, 5th Infantry Division and their Australian Army counterparts conducted the command post exercise in Barangay Bating, Iligan, Isabela. Signal teams from 86th Infantry Battalion and the Australian Army also participated in lectures and practical on the ground spike setup. Another company from 86th Infantry Battalion and a mortar platoon from the 1st Battalion Royal Australian Regiment conducted mortar live fire exercises at the Santur Patrol Base in Rizal, Kalinga. Meanwhile, a platoon from 86th Infantry Battalion and a medical team from the 1st Battalion Royal Army Regiment Australian Army conducted practical exercises and lectures on tactical combat casualty care, which focuses on providing operating troops with the necessary skills and knowledge to provide prompt medical aid to battlefield casualties. Lastly, 86th Infantry Battalion troops and their Australian Army training partners conducted close-quarter battle drills at the 5th Infantry Division Training School. Exercise Kasanga is an annual bilateral training exercise that bolsters Army-to-Army ties and interoperability between Philippine Army and the Australian Army. This is Mel J. Nash reporting for AFP Community News, 1 AFP for Stronger Philippines.
Thank you so much, Meljoy.
DWDD National
The
News.
Philippine Atmospheric, Geophysical and Astronomical Services Administration says that most parts of the country will experience rain showers due to the southwest monsoon or habagat and the easterlies. In its forecast, Pag-asa said that habagat will bring scattered rain showers and thunderstorms over Palawan, which will also prevail over eastern Visayas, Caraga, and Davao region due to the easterlies. The State Weather Bureau warned that heavy rains in these areas may lead to flash floods or landslides. Moreover, habagat will also cause isolated rain showers or thunderstorms over Metro Manila, Ilocos region, Batanes, Babuyan Islands, Zambales, Bataan, Cavite, Batangas, Occidental Mindoro, and Oriental Mindoro.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
And that's all for today's broadcast. Thank you so much for joining us, especially to our audience in our Facebook page, AFP Radio DWDD. Don't forget to tune in tomorrow for more updates, same time and same station. Again, this is Rofh Suzon for AFP Community News, 1 AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Behold the latest military news update. This is AFP Community News, hosted by Rofh Suzon every 12 noon, Mondays to Fridays. Only here on DWDD Armed Forces Radio. 1 AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Ito ang DWDD 1134 kHz AM. Balita, impormasyon at musika. Ito ang DWDD AFP Radio. Boses ng Kawal Pilipino.
Kayo ay nakatutok sa DWDD AFP Radio. Kami po ay kasapi ng